Alrighty, so I'm going to go over the review that you guys did in class, and so you can see all your answers, see what you did right, what you did wrong, and figure out what you need help with before the quiz tomorrow. So I'm going to distribute, and I get 10x plus 16 plus, oh, I did that last time too, minus 24 minus 6x is less than negative 3x plus 3. That's a negative 3. I know that these two equal 0, so I'm just going to cross it out and keep up here that this is a 0. So now I'm going to combine my like terms. I get 4x over here minus 8 is less than 0. Add the 8 over, I get 4x is less than 8. Divide by 4, and I get x is less than 2. So I put an open circle, draw it, bam, bam. For the next problem, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to distribute, and I get 4 plus 24x minus 10 plus 35x is greater than or equal to, I'll combine my like terms here, negative 3x minus 6. I'll combine over here, and I get negative 6 plus 59x is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 6. I'm going to add 3x over, so I get negative 6 plus 62x, this is a 2, is greater than or equal to negative 6. So I add 6 to both sides. So I get 62x is greater than or equal to 0. Divide by 62, and x is greater than or equal to 0. So I'm going to find 0, fill it in with a circle, draw an arrow, and keep on going. This problem, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do 3 minus 21p is greater than or equal to negative 3p plus 6 minus 18p. 3 minus 21p is greater than or equal to, combine negative 21p plus 6, add 21p to both sides, and these go away. So we get 3 is greater than or equal to 6, which makes no sense. So because you guys are doing it on this, and I say to graph it on the number line, whenever you have no solution, you can just put this if I ask you to do it on a number line. When I'm asking you to do it on the quiz, just write no solution if that was the case. But if I asked you to graph it, you could just go like this on your Desmos, just so you know. All right, next problem. Negative 10 minus 14k is greater than or equal to 4 minus 2 minus 14k. So I can add 14k to both sides, and these cancel out. So I get negative 10 is less than or equal to, 2, which makes sense. So this will be infinite solutions. And you're not going to graph infinite solutions. You can say that it goes from here to here if you wanted to, but no solution, infinite solution, we're just never going to graph. Question 5, solve the inequality, graph it on number line, and put it in interval notation. So I could write it over here too. 2 plus 3n is greater than or equal to negative 25. It's really lagging. So we subtract 2, and we get 3n is greater than or equal to negative 27. So n is greater than or equal to negative 9. This one I subtract 5. Negative 2n is greater than or equal to negative 14. We divide by negative 2 means we flip it, and we get 7. So we have n is greater than or equal to 9 and less than or equal to 7. You can write that as n is greater than or equal to negative 9 and less than or equal to 7. When you're doing these problems, you should put and in between. And because you have and up here, you just carry it down here. And if I'm graphing it, n is greater than or equal to 9. We know we're going to go to the right. N is less than 7, less than or equal to, excuse me. And we'll draw the line. Now if I do interval notation, I am going from -9 to 7. That would be my interval notation. I like to say that the and ones are the easier of the two to do interval notation. All right, here we have an or. So I am going to subtract 8 over, and I get -3n is less than -18. So I get n is greater than 6. I have to change the sign. Subtract 3. 4n is less than or equal to -28. So n is less than or equal to -7. And we put the or in between because it is in between. And now I'm saying n is greater than 6. So I know it's going to go in this direction. And less than or equal to -7. So when I put this in interval notation, I'm going to have -infinity, comma, -7 with my bracket. And then because I have this space, I put a little u to combine them. 6 to infinity. Number 7, this is the one where we're going to do one thing to one side and then to the other. So we add 4. I almost said we plus 4, that'd be silly. Add 4. So we get 0 is less than or equal to 8m, which is less than or equal to 16. Divide by 8, we still have 0. We have m now, and a 2. So this is going to be an and situation. So m is greater than 2. 0, sorry. And less than 2. So it's very small on this graph. And then my interval notation is going to be 0, 2. Because it combines. This is the same type of problem, so I subtract 6 from both sides. And I get -40 is less than -4k is less than 8. Divide by -4, and we get 10 is greater than, so we have to flip the sign, is greater than -2. So now we have k is less than 10. So if it's less than 10, we're going to go in this direction. If it's greater than -2, we're going to go here. So then our interval notation is going to be -2, 10, because we're going from -2 to 10. All right, same thing again, same type of problem. So I'm going to add 7. 13x. I'll add 8 while I'm here. It's greater than or equal to 13. So x is greater than or equal to 1. We have the or, so I'll throw the or up there. So add 5x, add 5x, and I'll subtract 10 while I'm here. So these cancel out, and I'm left with -16 is greater than or equal to 8x. Divide by 8, so x is less than or equal to -2. So we have x is greater than or equal to 1, filled in circle, going this way. And x is less than or equal to -2, filled in circle, going this way. So they're going in opposite directions. So I'll get -infinity, comma, -2 bracket, union, because we have the space, 1, comma, infinity. Add 6 to both sides, 6b. $14b. And I'll subtract 1. And we get 0. On this side, I'll subtract 9b, so I don't have a negative. So I get b. And then I'll subtract 10, because I have to get rid of it. So I get b is less than negative 8. Throw the or in here to be proper. So I get b is greater than 0. And b is less than negative 8. Oop, I don't know why I filled that in on accident. Open circle. And we're going to go this way. So then my interval notation is negative infinity, comma, negative 8, with my union 0, comma, infinity. Same type of problems we've been doing. So I'll add 10, and that's a 10. I get negative 18 is less than or equal to negative 9r is less than or equal to 81. Divide by negative 9, so it flips. So I get 2 is greater than or equal to r is greater than or equal to negative 9. So I'm going to have r is greater than negative 9, so I'm going to go to the right. And r is less than 2, go to the left, so they combine together. And I get my interval notation as negative 9, comma 2. I think this is the final one of this type. So we're going to subtract 9 from both sides. And we get 4x is less than negative 4. And then x is less than negative 1. Subtract 1. We get negative 7x is less than 14. When we divide by negative 7, it flips. So x is greater than negative 2. So we don't have the graph here. I'm going to have to put that in. So if I were to graph it, I'll do that for you guys before tomorrow. I have x is less than negative 1 and greater than 2, so it's a short one again. And I get negative 2, negative 1 as my interval notation. All right. See what's next. So next we are going to name the inequalities, and then we're going to put into interval notation. So I would say for this one, x is greater than or equal to negative 4, and x is less than 2, less than or equal to 2. We could put that into a combined one if we wanted to, like so. And my interval notation would be from negative 4 to negative, oops, just positive 2, to positive 2. This one I can say x is greater than 5 and x is less than or equal to 9. And then I would put this in a combined one if I wanted to, as x is greater than 5 and less than or equal to 9. And then my interval notation would be 5, comma 9. In the last problem, I would say x is less than 7, or x is greater than or equal to 11. We can't combine that, so we're going to leave it like that. And then my interval notation would be negative infinity, comma 7, union 11, comma infinity. So those are all the problems. Email me if you have any questions. Try the ones on the review on the Google Doc I posted on Classroom, any book problems, and let me know. Have a great day, guys.